Greetings and salutations, and welcometh to Batcast's 66th.
I wasn't expecting that.
My name is Kendall. Thou art Kendall? I don't know how to speak like that.
Yeah, this is going to be a cold open. This is going to be a new thing we do in Season 2.
Here we go. Welcome to Season 2.
Hey, it's a new season. We want to do a giveaway, something special. My comic book store is able to get a couple of facsimile editions of some classic Batman issues. The first appearance of Robin, the Joker, Riddler, and Penguin, reprinted all with the original art and original ads, right down to every little detail, just as they were originally presented, can be yours for free. Just send an email showing that you are reviewed or shared Batcast66 on the platform of your choice to our email, batcast66@gmail.com, and get that into us by the end of the year and for your chance to win these 4 comic books. Thanks.
Anyway, yeah, I'm Kendall.
And I'm Scott.
Yep. You know the deal by now. If you made, well, maybe you don't. Maybe for some reason someone's like, I'm going to start with Season 2 of Batcast 66.
Hey, someone's got to start somewhere.
Well, basically we watch the 1966 Batman TV show and then we talk about it. And today we're talking about Batman Season 2 Episode 1, Shoot a Crooked Arrow. It originally aired September 7th, 1966. It was written by Stanley Ralph Ross and directed by Sherman Marks.
Well, so normally we got a new villain here, so normally we talk about our history with the villain, but like King Tut before us, this is a Batman 66 exclusive character, although he's very heavily inspired by Robin Hood. So what was your first experience with Robin Hood?
My first experience with Robin Hood was definitely the
Disney version?
Was it the Kevin Costner version?
Really? You watched that as a kid? It might have been the Looney Tunes version with Daffy Duck and Porky Pig.
That wasn't it from... I think it was the Disney version.
Yeah, so... but anyway, hey, we've got the Archer, played by Art Carney. Most famous for being in the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but really he's like Ed Norton from The Honeymooners. And amongst a million other things, I kind of did a little bit of research on Art Carney. He's a pretty interesting guy.
Yeah?
He was injured in the Battle of Normandy, to the point where, like, he got injured in his leg, and like his right leg's a few inches shorter than his left, so he walked with a limp the rest of his life, which I thought was just a character choice in The Honeymooners, but apparently that's how he walks now.
Interesting. I didn't notice it here, and I can't say I've seen much of The Honeymooners.
It's a good show.
I'll have to check it out sometime. I guess I've no real Archer connection. I've no Art Carney connection. I don't know anything about any of this. Should we just...
I think we just get into the episode then.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how Season 2's rolling.
Cool, yeah. We're coming hot out the gate.
So first off, one thing I noticed about this season compared to Season 1, did it feel like the budget was bigger? Something felt different.
Huh.
Like either the way it was shot or something felt different to this.
I do feel like they, maybe used different angles or something.
Yeah. Because this episode felt both more expensive and cheaper than the average episode. Like, I suspect that the reason we have, like, a Robin Hood themed, like, band of villains and stuff is probably because they had access to these props from another production. But I found no, like, concrete evidence of that.
I kind of wish the Bat Book gave us a little... told us who the cinematographer was. I mean...
I don't know if there is one that's credited, yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's not a cinematographer for Batman.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is strange. Yeah, I mean, we get some fun things in these 2-parters.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, there's one part in particular that feels very cheap, but that's in episode 2.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that feel kind of like,
But also, like, episode 1 feels a little big.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, this show feels more expensive. And then, like, episode 2, it felt way less expensive.
Maybe they just wanted to start with a bang.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have picked a different villain then.
Yeah. So, Well, I guess we'll talk about our thoughts on the Archer after the episode.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right, so we open. It's a beautiful, serene afternoon in Gotham City.
So don't we start at Stately Wayne Manor?
We do start at Stately Wayne Manor, and there's a gentleman, Mr. Dale, who works for the Wayne Foundation.
Mm-hmm. And is like the most stereotypical rich jerk that's ever existed.
Yeah, he's very uninterested in the Wayne Foundation awarding money to like Gotham's underprivileged citizens.
Yeah.
Which like it's my understanding that that's like the Wayne Foundation's deal.
Yeah, is that they help those in need. It's a charitable organization.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is the first time we see them straight up giving money to people.
Well, they've mentioned, like, causes and stuff in the past. And obviously there was the Penguin episode with, like, they had to, like, bet on women or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. I wonder if he was in that episode.
Probably
I doubt it.
But he talks like the most stereotypical snooty rich person that ever existed.
Yeah, so the way he talks,
Yeah.
as, like, I'm going to assume just, like, a rich upper-class citizen of Gotham.
Yeah.
Compared to how the Archer talks.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird talks in this series.
I feel like it's just like, yeah, very jarring
and like the way some of the Archer's underlings talk.
It's so weird.
I don't like it.
This is a weird one. Anyway.
Yeah.
While they are talking about what to do with the money, Dick is playing piano.
Yeah.
And an arrow just flies in and
hits the piano, right?
Yeah, just gets stuck right in his sheet music or something.
And it starts like spraying gas.
Yep.
Knocks them all out. Because Aunt Harriet's there too.
Aunt Harriet's there. She gets knocked out. In come the Archer and his merry band of men.
His off-brand merry men. Big John Liar Tuck or something. What's his name?
Yeah, Liar Tuck.
Is it Liar Tuck? I wasn't sure if I made that up. But Maid Marilyn's not there, right?
No, not right now.
Yeah. But yeah, they come walk.
Oh no, Crier Tuck.
Crier Tuck, that's what it is. Yeah. I didn't think it was Liar Tuck, but
I mean that would make sense.
Yeah.
Although I guess not for this whole charade they're trying to do. They know exactly where Bruce Wayne's safe is.
Yeah, it's behind this weird portrait of some guy from Yale.
Oh, is that who it is? I thought it was like.
It was a guy with a big Y on his sweater on his chest.
Is it supposed to be like a portrait of like a painted portrait of Bruce Wayne?
It doesn't look like him. I mean, my guess is maybe Thomas Wayne.
Oh, that would make sense.
But like, it doesn't even look like it's someone that would be related to Adam West. It's just weird. Yeah. I noticed it like because you can see it in the background in the set, and like that wasn't there before, and I was like, ew, did we just never get this angle? But then they reveal there's a safe behind him. Like, oh, that's why it's there. To have a wall safe.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was weird that the Archer knew where the hidden safe was.
Like immediately knew where it was and shot an arrow at it.
The Archer steals all the money, and he and his men ride into town on horses.
Yeah. At this point, I'm like, what is happening?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
He's going to give the money to the poor.
And he does.
They're pretty stoked to just be getting money.
I mean, someone could just give me some rich guy's money. I'd be pretty stoked, too.
Flash forward. Commissioner Gordon, who's just heard about Archer giving away all this money, calls the Bat phone.
Yeah.
And we cut to Wayne Manor. Chief O'Hara is already there.
Yeah, and he's like getting like statements from like Bruce Wayne and stuff.
Yeah.
He mentions like it was just a mild sedative or something.
Yeah, no.
Like Alfred was away and he was able to revive them with smelling salts. Yeah. Which is fine.
Do people just have... Do you have smelling salts?
I don't, but like I feel like in all these old-timey things, people just have smelling salts.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
It's not even that old-timey.
But you know what? I know, but like still.
Yeah. So we get this like fun kind of scene of like Alfred's like, oh, there's business to attend to, and Bruce Wayne has to leave talking to O'Hara to like go to the study to pretend to be or I guess he's not pretending to be Batman.
But to be Batman, yeah.
Yeah. And then like explain Gordon begins to explain the situation, but
He's like,
Batman cuts him off, but he's like, oh yeah, Bruce Wayne, he got robbed.
I already know. He's like, how do you know? It's like, my business to know or whatever.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It also is very suspicious.
It's his business, you know?
Yeah.
We cut to police headquarters. Gordon and O'Hara reveal that the citizens, once they learned the money was stolen, they wanted no part of it.
I find that hard to believe.
I also find that hard to believe, but I guess it's a different time.
Yeah. Guess Batman's such a good role model.
Yeah. Mr. Dale is also at police headquarters.
Yeah.
And he's like, after this fiasco, he's like, yeah, I don't want to give $10 million to the Wayne Foundation Poverty Program. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, flashbang arrow in Commissioner Gordon's office.
Yeah, everyone's blinded with, like, really bad ADR. Or, like, not bad, but, like, really obvious ADR.
What's the Archer do? He steals the money again?
Well, they show up and they're in, like, Cyclops visors to save themselves from being blinded. But they're basically saying, like, don't mess with us, Batman. Because I don't think they steal the money again. They kind of like, leave a message, like, essentially, like, telling them, like, we're going to rob from the rich and give to the poor. And then, like, leave.
Yeah, they leave using a grappling hook arrow.
Yeah, which is
very
cool.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up. There's a lot of, like, classic, like, Archer superhero characters with, like, crazy trick arrows and stuff. Like, but I feel like they don't really, like, new ones weren't created after the 60s. It's just a weird trend because Green Arrow was a thing, then Hawkeye was a thing. I'm sure there's other villainous characters that do that I'm not aware of. Obviously, this Archer character is a thing.
Is Archer just Green Arrow?
No, they do different things personality-wise and stuff. We should point out that Archer's talking in, like, old-timey, oldie English speak.
But also with, like, a New York accent.
Yeah, it's very weird. And his one guy has, like, a machine that lets him, like, makes, like, crowd cheers and, like, laughter and stuff for, like, canned audience reaction. It's very weird.
It's such
I thought he was doing that for, like, ego purposes. But, like, I don't think that's the case later on.
It, like, comes up, but, like, is not really part of anything.
Yeah, so between that and the accent, I thought this was, like, a weird performance thing.
I think it might be for the Archer, but, like, he's just getting his rocks off on it.
Yeah, and his two, like, guys are, like, into it as well. Because they never break character, these three guys.
They never break character.
Yeah. They have a fourth member of their gang who won't get into character. But we'll talk about them in a minute.
Yeah, she'll be coming around soon.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin, they give chase. Did we have one of these in season 1? Am I correct?
The window cameo?
Yeah.
I think we did. I don't remember
who
it
was.
We got
one.
We got one. And I have no idea who this person was.
I also... Oh, it's Dick Clark, according to the Bat book.
Is it? I did not recognize his voice or his face.
Do you know anything about him?
He has New Year's Rockin' Eve.
What the hell is that?
He used to host, like, the New Year's Eve ball drop in New York every year. Till he died.
Good for him. Let's see what else he's done. Yeah, just like a lot of these shows in more recent years. Celebrity boxing, too. Thank God for that.
American TV and radio personality.
He was an executive producer on The Weird Al Show. Good to know.
It's a good man. Yeah, known for Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve from 1973 to 1988. And then I think it became something else. But he hosted American Bandstand, which started a lot of careers. Ike and Tina Turner, Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonder, Simon Garfunkel, Iggy Pop, Prince, The Talking Heads, and Madonna. Yeah, he's just was a very prolific person in American pop culture at the time.
He played himself in the 90s Fantastic Four animated series.
That's awesome. I bet it was a New Year's Eve thing. I've seen that show, but it's been a long time.
I'm guessing he's from Philadelphia, because they make a big deal about that.
Yeah, as they mentioned his Philadelphian accent. I did want to talk about that.
Or, like, his Philadelphian demeanor or something? Like,
there's something about the way he said certain, like R's or something, I thought.
Interesting.
Well, while I'm here on his Wikipedia page, where's he from? He's from Bronxville, New York, but he could have grown up in Philly. But yeah, Batman immediately knew he was from out of town. They mentioned he's from Philadelphia.
So I think we're going to get a lot more of these starting this season.
Yeah, because I know this is like a classic staple of the show.
Yeah, and we only got like one last season.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see who we get.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
So yeah, after this conversation, Batman and Robin get to the bottom of the building and they're like,
oh, sorry, he moved to Drexel Hill, Philadelphia. It was right, or Pennsylvania, the suburb of Philly, right there.
there we go.
I know where that is, yep.
Batman and Robin get to the bottom of the building and he's gone.
Yeah, because like they go down this building the slowest way possible and they stop and talk to Clark for a minute.
Yeah. And I think it's here that we meet, what's her name?
It's like Maid Marian instead of Maid Marilyn. Maid Marilyn. It's instead of Maid Marian.
Maid Marilyn. She's driving the Trojan Hearse Company truck.
I love that name.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty great.
It doesn't really make sense for this truck.
It doesn't, but I want to use it in something. It's so good.
Yeah, she's so obviously a bad guy, but she refuses to get in character.
Did you notice, like, every scene she's in, she's eating or about to talk about eating? It's very strange.
Yeah, she was, like, chewing on some, like, chicken bones.
And she's just, like, scarfing hot dogs later, like... But she talks with, like, a very stereotypical, like, Brooklyn, New York accent.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's just what villains talk like when you want to give them an accent.
We cut to Archer HQ.
Yeah.
And Crier Tuck and Big John, they're not breaking character, but they do comment on how, like, they want to get some money for themselves, and they're confused as to why they're giving it away. But I feel like that never comes back around.
Nope.
Like, after that, there's, like, no dissent, no further questioning. The Archer, kind of thinking ahead a little bit. I guess, like, they established that this isn't the first time he and Batman have tangoed.
Yeah, they mentioned he's been in jail and stuff before.
Yeah. But he says they need to destroy the Bat computer.
Yeah, because it can, like, predict crimes or whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah,
their plan is to get the location of the Batcave out of Batman and Robin, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good plan. That
if you know that it exists.
Yeah, but how would he know? And like
I know what I bet, because Batman's a deputized officer of the law. He's probably like to assure citizens and stuff. They probably mentioned that they have all this state of the art tech and they have a secret Batcave.
Very true. Very true.
That's my guess. Since Batman's like a very public figure in this.
Yeah, but he still has secrets. Anyway.
Yeah.
Marilyn calls Commissioner Gordon. Well, I guess we don't see this happen. We cut to Gordon's office and he's on the phone with somebody.
Yeah.
A woman.
Yeah.
Who's telling them that the Archer's going to distribute some money at Neptune and 20th Street at 4 o'clock. We then cut back to the Archer, who's like, is he robbing a bank? What is this place he's robbing?
I don't remember.
Yeah, they robbed some black guy.
Oh, he does like the change into like the change machines, because it's all like rolls of quarters and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But I did point it out, like, oh, a black person.
Dude.
They're showing up more. Now they have a budget for black people.
Yeah.
In season 2.
Thank God for that. Yeah, they rob that dude, and then they
like come very close to murdering him. Like, he's up against the wall and they shoot arrows at him and they're like just barely miss him.
Yeah, they like pin him up against the wall.
Yeah.
One thing we forgot to mention.
What's that?
Dale.
Oh yeah, well,
he mentions that.
Oh yeah, after the flashbang one.
Yeah, he mentions that he likes the Archer style.
He's like, with a good PR team, they could be bigger than Batman and Robin.
Yeah, so that's a little nugget.
Yeah.
That like should be in your ear, especially for this next scene.
Yeah.
Because as the Archer and his merry men start distributing the money to the people, Batman and Robin just jump them.
Yeah. They roll up in the Batmobile and just attack them.
Yeah, they just like jump out of the Batmobile, like jump on the Archer's horse.
Yeah, which was really cool. Just start grappling him.
Yeah.
And then we get an onomatopoeia fight, but it's like Zapeth and thwack with an E and stuff. It's like old timey.
Yeah.
Which is a fun, cute like touch. I really enjoyed that.
It was great.
Yeah.
But the people of Gotham, they don't think it's great.
No, they don't. Why would they?
They start yelling "Phooey" on Batman.
Yeah. Well, because what's her name? Maid Marilyn's got the sound effect machine, and she's like, "Boo this man," and making it boo. And then everyone starts booing them.
The sound effect machine is so weird.
It's so bizarre and so anachronistic for all of the rest of their, like, activity.
Yeah. But yeah, Batman and Robin bring the Archer in. Unfortunately, according to Gordon and O'Hara, all of the poor people in Gotham pulled all their money together to bail the Archer out.
Yeah, because he's that beloved. And then Batman makes a comment I want to talk about, where he's like talking about people being like sucked in by the allure of easy living. I'm like, you're an inherited millionaire. Like, you didn't really work a job. Not saying he doesn't do a lot of work as Batman, but he didn't inherit, like, he's speaking from an area of privilege that I didn't appreciate. The classist remark.
That is true.
Yeah. I mean, that said, I do believe in hard work and earning your own money, but to a certain degree, like, there is circumstances that, like, this could help people. Like, I get why. Yeah. Sometimes $100 is the difference between, like, starvation and not, you know?
It's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point, Scott.
It's just something I thought about when Batman was, like, lecturing about, like, oh, the poors. They're so stupid.
God, they just want...
They just want easy... They're free money. Yeah. Even though his foundation's all about that.
Well, Batman is gonna be sure to put a stop to the Archer's crimes, because he and Robin head to the Bat computer.
Mm-hmm.
And Batman, he points out, like, kind of a trope.
Yeah.
Where villains... We see this a lot with the Penguin.
Yeah.
Villains end up using names that are very similar to...
Like, yeah, whatever their, like, villainous persona is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I forget what the thread he goes down, but he does, like, track through, like, Robin Hood, like, lore,
yeah,
right?
So he's like, you know, this guy fancies himself a modern-day Robin Hood. What's another name for Robin Hood? And it was the Earl of Huntington?
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that?
Yeah.
And then with the Bat computer, they pull up Earl Huntington's archery range.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't have to waste a lot of time with that. Like, it's kind of fun that they're aware of that. Yeah. But did you notice, like, is it me or did the Batcave set look like a little more full, like there was more stuff in it?
There did seem to be...
Now, I know they made the movie between season 1 and season 2. So I'm wondering if this is, like, because of the movie's budget, like they now have that set. I'd have to, like, see them side by side to compare.
Well, so the Batcave does have certain things that are in, if not every episode, almost every episode.
But they have stuff that moves around, too.
Yeah. So I'm thinking... I don't know if it's always going to remain this cluttered.
Okay, because did you notice that, or was I just, like, looking for things to comment on?
No, specifically in this scene, they were using something called the Bat File.
Yeah.
Which I guess is just, like, a powerful phone book or something.
Yeah. Because that's what scrolls through, like, the names and stuff.
Yeah. And that seemed to be, like, an extra thing. That was kind of front, you know, centered for the camera.
Because now I know that the movies happen, I'm, like, on the lookout for, like, oh, that is a thing that I recognize from the movie, not necessarily season 1.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie since we started this podcast.
Me neither. I'm trying to save it. Keep it as fresh as possible when we finally do something special with it.
But yeah, I mean, even in the movie, they have, like, the rehydration machines.
Yeah,
and
like the movie, I don't remember the set being, like, that drastically different, but because it was a movie, there was, like, more cinematic shots of it.
Yeah.
So we got to see a little bit more of it. I remember it looking really good in the movie. Not that it looked bad in season 1, but, like, it was shot more like a flat TV show.
We'll have to pay attention when the time comes. So next, one of our favorite things happens.
Yes.
Batman needs help to accomplish his mission, and who better to help him than the William Tell of Liverpool?
Yeah, even though Alfred doesn't have anything that sounds like a Liverpudlian accent.
You know, what you gonna do? He's a well-traveled individual.
I think it's just because the Beals were a thing at this time. They mentioned Liverpool.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. But I love when Alfred gets involved.
Yeah, so Alfred is apparently a great shot with a bow and arrow.
And then they mentioned like crossbows and stuff. Like he's like good with any kind of bow-related item.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that is them like hyping Alfred up or them not knowing the difference between like a crossbow, a longbow.
I think it's just them hyping Alfred up. I'll choose to believe that.
All right, cool. So yeah, Alfred's gonna distract the Archer and his men while Batman and Robin infiltrate his lair.
If they know it's underground, under this archery range for some reason.
Yeah, somehow they know. I kind of like this scene. We get kind of the classic Robin Hood.
Yeah, I like this scene a lot too. Yeah.
Yeah. Archery duel.
Because he appeals to his he appeals to the Archer's ego and like a duel, and they do the thing where like, oh, the one's in a bullseye, and then they keep shooting splitting each other's arrow. I'm like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah, Alfred's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, he's backing his game up.
Maybe Alfred should be this universe's Green Arrow.
Maybe he is this universe's Green Arrow.
Whoa. Unfortunately for Batman and Robin, there's an alarm set in the lair. So despite Alfred's distraction, they get caught in this net.
Yeah.
And the Archer approaches Alfred and says, I thinketh you were sent to distracteth me.
Yeah, it's strange.
So yeah, Alfred is captured as well. The Archer strings Batman and Robin up and puts Alfred in a guillotine, and I thought this was going to be the end of episode, like...
I thought so, too. I was shocked that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, he's like... Because he's trying to get the location of the Batcave out of Batman and Robin, and he's, like, torturing them, and, like, so they won't crack. It's like, well, what about Mr. Innocent Bystander here? And that's why they put him in the guillotine. And Robin's like, no, but Batman's like, I can never give it up. But he's like, if this person says whatever, because, like, Alfred's like, no, don't tell them. Let them behead me. So Batman's like, it's for the greater good.
Yeah. So they drop the guillotine on Alfred and
he's dead.
R.I.P. What an opener.
Yeah.
Psych, it was a stage guillotine the whole time.
And Batman knew.
Batman knew.
Do you think Alfred knew?
I don't know. They never tell us.
He looked pretty scared.
He probably didn't know.
But yeah, actually, because they're using the sound machine. Don't they explain it here now why he has it? Yeah. He robbed like some movie producer or whatever, and he just had this.
Yeah, and he just like...
He just likes it. It's so weird.
It just like makes him happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a weird thing.
I don't understand why.
And it's weird that they attempt to explain it in a way that has nothing to do with anything.
It's very bizarre.
But such is this show.
Mm-hmm.
So the Archer, like, unties Batman and Robin and then, like, slaps Batman in the face with a glove, challenging him to a duel.
Yeah.
But then the duel is just...
They're tied up and they're going to just joust, like run lances through them.
Yeah.
On horseback.
Not much of a duel.
I was excited for a duel.
Yeah, Batman and Robin are just tied to these wood posts, and the Archer and his merry men are
about to
coming
run
with some lances.
And then that's the episode climax, or like cliffhanger, you know?
What a weird one.
Yeah. Overall, this episode's very strange. I liked the idea of like because Robin Hood's a criminal. I liked the idea of that in general as a Batman villain, because Batman inherently has classist overtones, like robbing from the rich to give the poor. Batman is a rich person with privilege and beating up people that are potentially like struggling. Like, no one wants to have a life of crime unless you're like a villain in this show. Like the average hench person. Like, there's a really good Batman graphic novel I like, where it's like a take on A Christmas Carol. It's called Batman Noel. But like, it follows, like, the Bob Cratchit in it is just like one of Joker's henchmen who's like down on his luck. And, like, Batman's trying to bring him in because he did a crime, but, like, everyone's trying to show him, like, hey, these are people, too. And I'm like, oh, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but there's, like, there's an element of that you can do in this world with Batman, and I think that's interesting. Not that they capitalize on it in this show, nor is this the show that would have done that.
Like, they kind of toy with the idea.
Yeah.
Like, the public is against Batman and for
The Archer.
But, I mean, I guess we'll see if they take it there next week.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, not really.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it from this show, even if I didn't already watch the second part.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, we already know, but you, the listener, will see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Next week. Same Batcast time, same